annual conference actually is more than an event to present and share excellent research outcome with colleagues. It has been an opportunity to recognize the outstanding achievement of our members in the field of quality of life study. Also, this is a very excellent timing to show our appreciation for all those who have spent their precious time and make great effort to serve the society so that the East Coast as a global academic organization can flourish lively and attractively. Our annual meeting is no less importantly an occasion to celebrate our friendship, exchanges, ideas, connection in some, our bonding and bridging ties. I fully understand that many members has different feelings this year because of the special way we participate in this conference. I know that we want more social interaction face-to-face in same time with physical presence. We like exchanging greetings, shaking hands, and feeling the warmth and receive the care from each other. But with the pandemic, we are very much constrained, but enthusiasm remains. This year, we have a virtual conference. We meet online. We are connecting through internet. Even though the meeting happens through internet, it is a very challenging job in the aspect of organizing and administration. I want to thank Martin Berger, the conference chair of this year, as well as his team. I believe there are many, many helping hands from the Erasmus Happiness Economics Research Organization, the huge support from Erasmus University. Also, I'd like to thank Jill Johnson, our executive director. She has been working on this event for many months. In addition, many members in the board of directors are also giving their hands. We can't thank you all too much. This online conference, in fact, the second conference we prepared, there was a first conference which we canceled in June, unfortunately. But we will come back to Rotterdam in 2022, which will be the third one in my accounting. Of course, we will have a physical conference in Vermont in 2021. I hope these arrangements will make up for any of the loss of social interaction for all of you. In the following 4 days, we provide a full program of feast of papers, presentations, and discussion. The main theme, COVID-19 and well-being. It is very timely, informative, and educational, I hope. I encourage all members to go to this session and explore the newest research results from our colleagues. I hope you enjoy the virtual conference. I also wish each of you and your family happiness, health, and the best luck in this difficult time.
Welcome everyone to the virtual conference. I'm going to share my screen now with you. So as Ming Chen said, yeah, the virtual conference this year was about to take place in Rotterdam. We unfortunately had to cancel the conference in June because of the COVID-19 crisis. And then we thought what we should organize next. So were we supposed to do the whole conference online, or should we ask people to present their presentations in a little bit smaller setting? And in the end, we chose for a combination of a workshop on COVID-19 and well-being. And we have over 40 papers there presenting. And we have some thematic sessions about various topics dealing with quality of life and well-being. So you see here our beautiful campus. It's quite empty at the moment. Students are flowing in, however, since we have some of the classes are still taught in person in Rotterdam. But at our different times. But we hope to see you back here in 2022 when the ISCOLS conference is coming back in Rotterdam. So next year it will probably be Burlington in the United States, and the year after it will be in Rotterdam again. And then you will also have the opportunity to have the conference dinner in our beautiful church and enjoy the keynote presentations in our soccer stadium. At least this was planned for this year. Before we start the virtual conference, I would like to thank various persons who helped to organize the physical conference and helped out to organize the virtual conference. Also, first of all, I would like to thank our scientific committee, consisting of Martijn Hendricks, Kai Ludwigs, Milena Nikolova, Kelsey O'Connor, Stephanie Rossau, and Spiridon Stavropoulos, some of the Erasmus University Rotterdam and others from, well, the rest of the world. So Luxembourg, New Zealand, and Groningen, but that's like the Netherlands. Also, I would like to thank Team A Hero. So many of you watching, maybe not in this picture, but they also helped out considerably when organizing the physical conference and virtual conference. And some of them you will see as moderator during the virtual conference in the coming days. Also, I would like to thank Jill Johnson and Ming Chang, who have been a great help in organizing this virtual conference. Without their help, this could not have happened, and I'm very happy for all their support. So, the virtual conference of ISCOLS. I briefly mentioned already the structure. You have seen the book of abstracts and the conference schedule. We have submissions from all over the world, covering many different time zones. So that's also why the conference takes place from 8 a.m. West European time to 8 p.m. West European time. I think, and we hope that everyone is more or less awake during these sessions. At least we try to take that into account when organizing the virtual conference. So overall, we have 100 contributions from more than 30 countries. The virtual conference spans 4 days, August 25 to 28. And we have one central topic on COVID-19 and well-being with a keynote speaker this afternoon, Francesco Saracino from Static Luxembourg. And what we will do based on the proceedings of the conference is make a special issue in the ISCOLS journal, Applied Research in Quality of Life. So for those who are interested in submitting to this journal, the deadline for handing in the full paper is November 30, but more details will be sent after the conference. In addition, we have 8 other thematic sessions ranging a wide variety of topics. We have a session on big data. We have a session on well-being differences in different parts of the world. We have also sessions on the World Database of Happiness, a project by Ruud Veenhoven, which has been completely renewed, at least the website, in the past months. And I would like not forget to mention, we have a conference online forum. So not everyone is live presenting, but we have also participants who submitted their paper, poster, or their pre-recorded presentation because they were not available at the time of the virtual conference. So if we look at the schedule, and these are the West European times mentioned here, we have full day programs. So we have the session on COVID-19 and well-being running today from 8 o'clock in the morning until 8:30. Well, we actually start in 15 minutes with that session. And this afternoon, there's a session on well-being across the world. Then tomorrow we have another full day of COVID and well-being studies that will be presented. And we have an interesting session on the quality of life as an innovative proposal for the study of emerging fields in the 21st century. Then on Thursday, we have a half a day of COVID and well-being, and we close that topic. In the afternoon, we have sessions on growth, poverty, and well-being, and a special session of the organizers of ISCOLS in 2023, the team from Malaysia on quality of life and well-being interventions in Borneo. Then on Friday, we close off with sessions on big data and the measurement of well-being, a session on pollution, climate change, and well-being, and finally, the World Database of Happiness. And then, as a kind of second part of the conference, there will be sessions on happiness economics, organized from a hero in the Global Labor Organization, that will be held on September 24 and September 25th. Before we start, a few important notes, and I will post these notes again in the chat box, and other moderators will do well. But it's also as a presenter and attendee, yeah, this is not a physical conference, so the rules are a little bit different. So in general, the sessions will be moderated by a hero staff. Can be either me, can be Spiridon Stavropoulos, can be Emma Plaving, can be Martijn Hendricks, can be Indy Wijngaards. Sometimes we appear with different names. We either appear as Martijn Burger or Jill Johnson, but no, the moderator will make himself known within the chat box. So, second, it's important to take in that the virtual conference is new to all of us. And in the end, we are dependent on technology. You just saw an example of that. But also, like when our connection suddenly disappears, we try to reconnect as soon as possible. Then there's the technology Zoom, which is normally stable, but can also deal with an outage. So yesterday we had a worldwide outage of Zoom and Zoom was not available. If that happens, we will reschedule the session, and this will also be made known to other participants, and you will have another chance to present your work. Then there are some important notes for presenters. So like when you log into the system and you simply click the link that is in your book of abstracts or in your program, you will be logged in as attendee. And when it's your turn to present, the host will make you panelist. And as a panelist, you can share your screen with the other attendees and give your presentation. So every presenter has 30 minutes. So please try to limit your presentation to 20 minutes. So there will also be time for some questions. And after the presentation and questions, you will be made attendee again, and the next, well, presenter will be made panelist. What I also would like you to do is, for attendees, please mute your microphone during the presentations. It's automatically muted, but please check so that we have a limited amount of background noise. And when you would like to ask questions, you can do that in two ways. So there is a Q&A box in Zoom, and what you can do is post your question in the Q&A box, and the moderator will then read out your question out loud after the presentation. The second option is to appear live. What you have to do is then raise your hand during the questions after the presentation. There's a button for that at the bottom of your screen, and then the moderator will give you the opportunity to ask your question. So those are the comments from my side. I hope you all have a very enjoyable conference, and I would like to give the floor to Jill now.
I'm very, very excited to welcome all of you to our first virtual ISCOLS conference. When we heard the news that the Rotterdam conference was going to be canceled, obviously we were all disappointed that we wouldn't be able to meet in person. As you know, if you've been to an ISQOS conference, it's a wonderful time for our entire community to come together, to engage, to reunite, to meet, to discuss, network. So there was a lot of disappointment with that cancellation. However, as disappointed as we were all hopeful that we could still provide an experience that would enable us to gather in some form and exchange important research and ideas. And I'm thrilled that so many of our members, both old and new, have come together and volunteered to participate in our live sessions as presenters. We have over 22 sessions, which is wonderful, over the next 4 days. Hopefully you've had a chance to review that schedule, and you are as excited as we are for those presentations. We've also, as Martijn also mentioned, we have so many submissions on our website, on our conference forum. As a member, you have access to all of that all year round. So hopefully you've taken advantage of that. You've gone online, you've gone to our conference forum, you've reviewed the posters, the presentations, the recorded presentations, the PowerPoints, the paper summaries, webinars, all of those things. Those are available to you as a member year round. So we hope you take advantage of that. We also encourage you, especially if you are maybe a little more advanced in your career, that you would take time to make comments on those submissions, to give feedback to some of our younger scholars who are looking for that support. I also want to recognize Martijn Berger for all of his work. When the conference was canceled, he could have easily said, it's canceled, we'll postpone it, and washed his hands of the whole thing, but instead he graciously volunteered, him and his whole team, to host a brand new call for papers and to put together this entire live session schedule. So Martijn, thank you so much, and thank you to your entire team. We really, really appreciate the work that you put in. I just also want to remind everyone that this is uncharted waters for us all, that this is new territory. We've not ever done something like this before. And of course, there's going to be technical problems and glitches. And so we just ask for your patience and your understanding. We'll do our best, especially if we have any technical problems on our side. Again, we thank you so much for your participation. Your willingness to share your research with our society is so appreciated. This event could not have been possible without all of the participants. We hope that your involvement doesn't just stop at the end of this week, though. We really, really encourage you to participate in all of the activities that we have throughout the year. And we hope you find value in being part of our society for years to come. Our mission is, of course, to support you as you continue your research in quality of life, happiness, and well-being studies. So with that, thank you again to everyone, and I hope you all enjoy the conference.